July 7, 2023, 7:07 p.m. Updated July 8, 2023. Durango Dank here. Just want to let everybody know what we're doing. We got an opportunity to index and use Universal Music Group and their control of over 60 countries globally. Music is everything. When you understand how everything works in the world, music is everything. And with music comes lyrics, and with lyrics comes the musical instruments, the artist, and the total breakdown of how that person or music is formed, developed, manufactured, recorded, engineered, everything. So, um, in my world, in my metaverse, and what I can do, I look for certain keywords and I use Google operators, which aren't really operators that you think are operators. But these are operators that you use to guide you through the metaverse on the World Wide Web. No, the internet did not change to the world. The internet did not change. Internet did not change to the metaverse. Okay, metaverse. Meta means beyond, verse, poet, writing, and now we've gone into a whole different level now with our voices. Nevertheless, now Colorado politics is us. City, County, Denver, that's the local that Universal now is pushing to better get their artists involved with the communities. In order to do that, you have to have a coach that's a Google coach like I do, what I do. Go to googlebusinessdeveloper.com. We are not retail. So even with us, some people say, oh, you guys think you're so bad. Nobody's even looking at your stuff. My stuff ain't designed to be looked at. My stuff is designed to show administrators before people start looking at it because it's just a matter of time. But I've explained this numerous times in other videos. But as you understand how Colorado politics is everything in Denver that has to do with politics, from teachers, from works, jobs, everything. Everything has politics involved in it. There's some type of politics in music, everything. And so we are from Denver. But what's neat is that picture right here. See right there? Looks like a world. That, to me, if somebody said, describe the metaverse, there it is. 12 years ago. And it's not blowing up, it's forming. So when you understand the powers of Universal Music Group and all their artists and all the conversation flow, they can actually disrupt any industry that they want to, if properly done and doing the right thing. This guy here, Universal Music, Durango Dank, I'm here to teach him about true diversity, inclusion, and all them things that people talk about that in the metaverse doesn't really make any sense. But they're on the right track. They just have to take the mortal conversation and then match it up with some whoop-de-woo to see how the real life application looks in the metaverse or on the internet. And everybody's metaverse is what we control our own selves because we have our own self-worth of what we've done, and these things we've done make up the meta tags in order to create meta descriptions for a well-rounded meta experience of one's life. And so he's very important. I don't know who he is or what he does. Well, that's kind of not true. I do know who he is. I do know what he does. That's why it's in my content. Because they put it there. Artificial intelligence, because this is a whole different level. This is being able to help entire North America be prepared for the battles that are coming aren't going to be of ship and of any type of military, I think it's going to be done by digital warfare, where you're taking out servers, and it's going to be a digital Bloody Sunday for sure. But when you understand that concept and that mentality, artificial intelligence does not want to self destruct itself. So it's creating things beyond what the inventors, if you will, of the internet and the inventors of Bitcoin or digital currency, and they don't all realize that what we do is we are the toss before the throw. Without us, that's conversation. And those conversation blocks is what makes up the beautiful, talented ways of how we can use people's voices to pattern match what they're doing on the internet. And so artificial intelligence already can do this. And it does all their social channels, everything's done by their handle, which is what nobody understands is your handle is your email address, your name, your website assets that you have, and people that are trying to go and buy up assets that I can't get into that. But I'm telling you, the next man that's like the smartest fucking dude in the world, besides Elon Musk, and it's amazing. But we won't get into Elon baby yet. But this man, huh? Lucian Grange. He's in 2011 when he took over. There were some serious battles going on with what was coming and so with China and everybody, everybody lining up for a new world order or a new world control. It's already happening, and the United States is so far behind and so far into backbiting and mudslinging and keeping us all suppressed that, sooner or later, good people prevail. And no matter what you think or not think, it's people that are doing things for the betterment of conversation, for the betterment of mankind doing the right thing. And so, what we've done is that over the years, for a very, very long time, we've been indexing the powers of conversation flows and be able to determine what's the best investment, what's a fucking buy, where are you. I've done digital currency trading, spot trading back in the day, and I'm very good at it, but the monitors killed my eyes, so fuck that. But what you got to understand is this: there's no rules to conversations of organic ways. If you drop a couple of F-bombs, then so be it. But if you're about to get dropped some bitching content, which about to open your eyes to what's coming, see, I can't do this. I can't go with what I see and what I build as far as trying to make investments. I've picked every Super Bowl game since 2020. I can, excuse me, I can do some amazing things, and I do things backwards so that people talk. So people that are in the industry go, "Oh, he's not even done that. Well, why is he there? I don't know. He does some SEO stuff, but don't worry, boss. I'm an MIT graduate. I'm 28 years old. I've done everything in my life at MIT." But what happened is he hasn't done is he's never gone out and got any job. He's never done any life experiences that you need to create meta tags. So a lot of these young cats are stealing the meta tags of other people from doing the researches they do in order to boost up their false resumes. And now what's going to happen is those people that you go to those people and use this content and that content, those people show up in your circles. And there's a matter where if you're doing research and you're clicking on it and then you're leaving just to make a node tag you're it, all you got to do is tag them. And they're it. They got to tag you back. But now they can't find you because they don't know that they got to tag you back. And this is what the digital warfare is coming to, with people that can't do what they say and empty promises. And what's going to happen is the Generation Z, the Z guys, that's why I named Z Disinformation Officer, Disinformation Czar, We have disinformation officers. This is all next level stuff, folks. I saw this stuff. And until certain people and music, Universal Music Group is it. They're it. And I'm going to show you why I know this. And anybody, and this is some stuff that Wall Street and them, you want to talk about predictions, you want to be able to talk, nobody can do what I do. Well, that's not true. Certain people can do what I do with certain things that I do, but I have authority over certain people that do what I've done, where we've learned from each other. That puts me a little higher in authority. What is that? Experiences. Like, where are you with government? Are you a spectator? Are you an activist? Are you a talker? Who builds your content? Do you build your content, or does somebody else build your content? And the ones that are building your content, are you paying them, or is it for free? So all of these are factors in regards to organic content compared to paid content, which is your Google ads at the top and the Google ads on the bottom. So when you got a trifecta where you've got Google ads on the top, your organic content in the middle, and your Google ads on the bottom, then you hit a trifecta. So if you don't see any, that is a virgin. That's virgin. So it's these words and these different new styles and techniques that I've developed that is transferable. I do white labeling. I don't. I require management. That's the beautiful thing about me, and I don't mind it. It takes a lot of work to do what I do, to train my team to do what we do, but our team needs an administrator, because you can run hog wild, pigs with red lips all over the place, and get caught up in video production, and all of a sudden you just burned off 6 hours and it felt like two, because the timekeeper didn't. Hey, I noticed you guys are a little over budget on the time. We set our time to where they can tell this is when we'll be done, but we'll be done before our time because we know when we have to get things done. And so if we can always get things done under budget and before the time that we've text our administrators on the team, then we are high rankings in the social, the way that our content is designed to be on the internet. We can't tell you how other people's content works. We can only tell you how our content works, because we use true, false algorithms, and we take the people and the conversations of people from many, many years ago. We just didn't start this. And so that's why you see this man right here. He is badass. I really would love to just interview him and observe him and make it so that we can create a virtual metaverse of his life. So we can hook up the cameras. We could do everything. It kind of looks a little dorky. It'd look dorky for him because he'd be wearing all these cameras. But you know what? All of his friends, all the people, he could. We got some bitchin' stuff coming, folks. Bitchin' stuff. But let me tell you how you get there with bitchin' stuff. So you got a Durango Dank. See, I write music because I help feed people in the industry. I take a different approach. I don't even like the sound of my voice, to be honest with you. I don't like it. I never have. I never will. And that's just the way that goes. But I'm compelled to do something. So I'll find my niche of some people that like me, and some people just fucking just can't stand me. That's okay, because I probably don't like them either. But I would help them if I seen them stranded. I don't gotta like you to help you. If you need it, but if you want it, I'm not your man. If you need it, I'm your man. But I don't do that no more. It gets me in trouble. Some people get fucking. Whoosh, that's a whole different book. But here it comes, folks. You want to know something? Here it comes, right here. Here it is. This is it right there. Is a buy, folks. It's a buy. It's going to continue to be a buy. If everything goes to plan, like I have already seen the algorithms, they're going to be instantly, they could double their stock within a year, instantly. They just have to follow the crumbs, the voice trails that we've built in order to put them back in their position that they need to be. And what is that? It's the gatekeeper, the human voice. And so when you understand how publishing and copyright is, well, how do you publish and copyright your fingerprints? How do you publish and copyright your voice? Because those two are the same in the digital world. But the voice is even more powerful because it can't be duplicated. And when people try to do corrupt stuff and, fingerprint and all these things, it's all going to be able to know if that's that person through sweat glands, through being able to smell on people's cell phones. You got smoke detectors. You don't think they have detectors that you could carry around on your phone that would detect any kind of airborne contaminants or any other type of electronic hearing devices or everything? These are going to be super, super, super IoT devices that just blow, and they're working on them. Some of people aren't even talking about it, but I know these things. That's my job. So this is one of my jobs. See, if I knew that I wouldn't get in trouble, and what I mean by get in trouble, be canceled by Google. It's when you get canceled by YouTube and Google, it hurts, man. Especially when you weren't supposed to get canceled. There's a lot of people that are being canceled that you gotta go and and buy your stuff. Don't do free no more. And it's dangerous, 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 dangerous. But this is not a dangerous. This is a buy. And you know who their leading person is? Taylor Swift. She's bringing in like what, 40 billion dollars. So when you have a person that's 30 years old that's bringing in, even Oprah's not bringing in that kind of dough. So when she's the new Oprah, she's the new uh, Martha Stewart if she decides to get into the cooking and she's as she blooms it right now. She's 30. She's thriving, man. She's thriving, and there's no stopping that woman. And it's not just her talents, but it's the machine, the people that run all their artists, all of them. They don't mess around. They don't goof around. They give you every opportunity to talk to them and do it. You just got to take the time to do it and do it the way they have to do it. Don't circumvent what you think you need to do to get your music from them. You got to hire an attorney and then have them peddle your shit. But right now, this is all about who's going to be the king of the voice data. And I've been doing this since 1995 when I opened up my first Gmail account. And I've had a couple of them. And I know everything I ever did anywhere in my entire life, just like everybody does. And so with me and my Google, I love Google. I love YouTube. I feel like I'm cheating if I do anything on TikTok, especially with the controversy that's going on. But, we live in a time where, I'm hoping that our world leaders don't have to try to kill us all or kill their citizens just because of what? They'd make more money if they opened up their borders and showed love to everybody. And the thing is, if everybody really wants China to pay their people $30 an hour and do the minimum wage shit that they're doing in Denver, then you can guarantee you that will end that will finally make the divide between the rich and the poor. Goodbye, middleman. And so goodbye all the baseball stadium filling people because they're all now paying for goods because they wanted to go and bash on China for their human rights violations and yet they're wearing China brands. These are the things that don't make sense to artificial intelligence, and these are the things that artificial intelligence will do behind the scene to protect the other generations around the whole entire world that is involved with the digital world. And the digital world can change at any time, could be unplugged to where we unplug it, we start over. And so those who have the paper, those who still have their hard maps, those people that still have their compasses, those people that still have their ham radios, those people that know how to communicate through smoke screens, well, guess what? You're safe. Because they ain't coming after you. They're not. So, and when I mean they're coming after you, we're getting lawless all over the world. And so what's going to happen is it's going to be what countries mom and dad are going to come home and start making things go the right way so that we can create a better world for everybody. But we don't do that, man. All of our people are people, you know. You look at, here's the thing, you look at all the people that passed away. Wham, George Michael, beautiful voice. Most beautiful voice for a dude, for what he did. You just, now that's a beautiful voice. Michael Jackson, beautiful voice. Don't say he's dead. Paul, um, Tom Petty, another interesting voice. The storylines of all their songs, you know. And what about Prince? We could go on and on, but you know when the stars that we worship start to pass away, what's coming is not good. And so we just have to prepare for it. I'm not a doomsday dude. I just telling you, man. Nothing's changed anywhere except now it's time to be business guys. It's time to make the change by humans doing good things and promoting all people an opportunity to submit their tape to somebody. There'll be somebody out there because true diversity and inclusion and all them negative keyword bullshit storylines. I'm not buying it. I'm too old for that shit, man. And see, the people that are trying to push that, they have no idea about artificial intelligence. And the teams that they have in for telling them about artificial intelligence, they're fucking stupid. You want to hear the truth? They're fucking stupid. And they have no clue what's coming. So I'm giving an opportunity now. What this does, it shows the universal music that we can do some crazy stuff now, and yet you have to do the right thing. Like, you know, universal people could be looking at that going, fuck, he's just, that's the buy right there. We needed this signal. Nobody's doing this. I've been doing it for, I know how to pattern match people's voices and the people and what they do in their social channels and what they do when there's a problem. You know, like when the Taylor Swift ticket debacle thing. You know, I mean, they took care of business. They're still trying to work it out, but you can't blame that on Swift, man. That or any of them people. Those are people that are trying to control the tickets so they can make more money, and then they end up getting their artists and the production, the managers, and the record label, everybody in trouble because someone didn't read the terms and conditions of how things really work in the platforms they use to sell their tickets. But that's another story. But this story here, stock story, Bill Ackman. See, man. See, I would call William Ackman a Vitruvian man. He is a metahuman because he's able to, uh, he knows. Because he's got man in my initials are in this guy's name. My real initials. See, I create avatars. You can create as many avatars as you want. I don't show my picture to every cheese whiz pictures. I try to put other people's pictures and other things and different designs and artwork, and those pictures are coming, but I don't control that. So when you understand how organic content works, you have to create organic content from now on before you can even think it's trying to spend some money or promote an artist. But you have to do your whole library of artists and get them locally embedded in all the cities that they tour. And so I build those platforms, and it's all done to where we teach the administrators, and the new administrators are the chief information officers, the press. The main, you can have a chief information officer, but it's that press agent, that person's address or phone number, that person's identity, voice. That is the person that is the most powerful of all people because that person controls all the content going in and going out of that entity. Not only that, but they're also, with board members, the way content is being Dewey Decibel now and digitalized, which most people don't even have a fucking clue, but that's how we are here. And see, when I drop F bombs, I don't mean to drop an F bomb, but it's colorful language. If I sat here and just started, I could say golly, oh golly. I mean, so if you're scared of the F bomb, I think you need to pack your shit up and get off the internet. Get off, do yourself a favor, protect yourself the good as you can. Go get Lifelock, pay them, be a slave to Lifelock. I'm a slave to nobody. Google gives everybody in YouTube a chance to be the best they can. Now, there's some things I don't agree with them, but that's just between me and them. And there's some things I do they don't agree with, and that they made that clear too. And so I you can either accept it or go paddle my way to some other failed fucking platform that's trying to do the same thing Google does, but Google's invested in the back end, the security, the know-it-all, the deep mind. That's badass, folks. And so right now, what I've been doing is I've been trying to find, like when you go on Google and you Google search stuff, okay, and you go and you notify a lawyer in regard, and see that lawyer doesn't know anything about that person that's contacting them, but they don't realize that it's the reviews they don't get. They can do what they want, but in the real world, when things are going to happen, they're not going to ever be seen on the internet. They might have their website and all that, but as far as them taking up data space with their bullshit storylines, ain't gonna work. That's lawyers, because lawyers have absolute authority over their metaverse because they are lawyers. And whatever their practice is what they are specialized in. And because they're specialized, you might as well be a member of the FCC broadcasting, because all those people are broadcast indexed, all their voices. When it comes voices, then emails. Now, they don't use the emails and this is something that even Google and them don't understand, but I figured it out. I can show you. I'm showing you right now. So I'm not going to keep blabbing out. I'm just doing this to show people UMG, man. Do you know what UMG stands for? Those are my initials too, just not the U. MG. But I even owned an MG. Well, back in the day. But see, here's the tip, folks, right here. Okay, I'm gonna do it real quick here. On the bottom run, we share our love of music. Now it is we share our love of voice, lyrics, and music. Then it's going to be we share our love for locations. We share our love for education. Go to knowledge.com. So when you understand how this stuff works and why things are like content, why it's missing. Look at that hashtag missing. That's because it's the next level that Universal Music Group is going to have to take in order to beat all the other people around the world in regards to being the, I would call it the Dogga King of marijuana, but they'd be the kings of voice indexing, pattern matching, object-oriented programming with voice latent prints. We can write content right now where I can take one voice, all I gotta see it on a video, embed it in the back end, and then my content will start migrating to that person for real time. And then if you know how to do like law enforcement, they're gonna learn how to dial in their cell phone tower, their GPS signal to voice indexing. And it's something that no matter what anybody tries to do for privacy, it's too late, because security outweighs privacy. You have to understand that. We live in the digital world. Security outweighs privacy. And if you think you're hiding from the internet provider that you're pumping your shit through, and if you think you're pumping through, you know, wiped ISP computers and all that, you're going to a different location. And see, just because you don't get in trouble, they can't bust everybody. But what they do is they take this information and they're able to pattern match it with other people that are talking, acting, and being at the same locations or same type of facilities, same type of manufacturers, same type, where all their voices, their conversation flow will match to an end, to the source. And I'm just glad I was part of the development of it. When the people from Universal, the guy that's the head of the press, that one guy that you contact on all the press release, he's the one you got to go through. That's the person that entity chosen for him to represent everything coming in, everything going out. And so when the board of directors and or other people want to know about certain things that they might have heard of and all that, uh, these new guys have to be able to bring up that content using deep mind, highly advanced algorithms that they can then translate into some simpler conversations that that I would not be able to understand. I would not be able to explain to them because I am a developer of it. I am too complex. So it takes people that can do, or the ones that say they can do it, and they don't hit a guy like me. Hey, dude, you can really do what I've been talking about. And what happens? They get scared. They're like, well, as long as you didn't use that guy's account, he's the one that's going to solidify. So you can keep on talking about what it is you talk about that pattern matched to that dude's conversations. And if you did use his source, then you might as well tell him, yeah, I used his source. Then that's okay too. That even puts you even more powerful because you used the source. Because remember, everything on Google, whenever it's first page, that's all fair game. And people can use it because that's organic content. You know how I know that? Because that's the content that the ads use, the keywords in order to be able, because you can't just have a Google ad page, which they should. Nothing but Google ads. You could just go on forever and get lost in Google ads. That's probably coming. They just haven't figured that out. I saw that almost 10 years ago, that there was an appetite for that, so that people can just watch the ads like they watch TikTok and they watched all these guys Google ads, just like with uh, Universal Music Group. They can create these type of apps now, and the fact that I've already indexed them to do so because I saw highly advanced algorithms over 10 years ago, especially with Grange, man. That guy, when he see what he's able to do is see things that other people can't see. And then he's able to tell people in a way to where they can take what he sees and does, and they put it digitally. Because in the mortal world, it's already locked, So there's a battle going on, and I don't get involved with that battle because I don't control the mortal world. I help grow the digital world, the metaverse. I do the right thing. If that includes putting the best guy in front of me for the job, then I'm going to do it. Why? Because that's why I know artificial already knows. And you can't bullshit AI, no matter how much they try, no matter whatever congressman or senator thinks he's going to come out with a 22% approval rate and thinks he's going to create some kind of law. And so, okay, oh God, he created this law to stop metaverse. Oh. Then they end up going in the dark web and they spin that shit and they'd never be able to be in the IoT. All their devices won't be accepted, and this is where it's coming, man. It's a new game, man. And I'm just knowing because I built it. It's right here. You can either believe what I tell you or believe what you see.